I ran into a very specific problem with TypeScript when I extracted a custom hook and I ran into a specific typing problem. So take a look here. I built a custom hook called useSelection, and it returned me two states and two state setting functions. And then I passed these two state setting functions into my radio card. And now my radio card gives me an error saying it does not recognize this type of Boolean or void function. And if you look at the output type of my custom hook, every single one of these things are either a Boolean or a output type function. And that's what TypeScript is mad at me at. So I was able to find an article that specifically talk about this. I'll share the links below. But to summarize what the article is saying, essentially this happens when TypeScript is inferring the output type of the function here. So this is where it's causing the problem. So TypeScript is returning an array and is inferring that each of these could be a Boolean or a void function. So there are a couple ways to fix this. One is to explicitly define what the output type is. So let me just comment this out. I have written this previously. So here you can see that I have the same function, but I explicitly define what the output type is. In this case, I said it's going to be a tuple of Boolean, Boolean, void, void. So now you can see that I no longer have the error, and you can check that these things are no longer a Boolean or a void function. It knows that this state is a Boolean, this state is a Boolean, and this state and this setting state function is a void function. So that's one way to do it. I actually personally prefer this way, where I just do a type freeze, where I cast it to a const type. And this is another way to do it, because here you can see that it's also giving me Boolean and void function. So this way sort of freezes the type. Let's see what our author says here. So this is called a freezing type with a const assertion. So now the return type is a read-only. Hopefully this helps. I imagine this is a very constant problem if you're working with TypeScript and custom hooks. So cheers.